What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Goshen here. I want to say, I know we misplayed a lot. Me and my boy, the Walking Dead, haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh! Consistently for years. Feel free to roast us in the comment section. If you can pick out all of the different mistakes that we made, I'll give you a cookie. But mostly, we just wanted to do something fun that I thought you guys would enjoy. So Duelist, some of you may know that they recently released 3 structure decks. One for Obelisk the Tormentor, one for Cypher the Sky Dragon, and a set of the 3 GX gods. So we decided to ask ourselves, who's stronger, the first or the second generation? So we got 3 boxes of each deck, cracked them open, and decided to build decks out of them. I took Obelisk, he got Raviel. I took Uriah, he got Cypher. Now, like most things in Yu-Gi-Oh, it comes down to the pilot of the deck, but we wanted to do something fun. Also, I want to remind you to like and comment on this video, share it to your friends, click that notification bell if you want to stay up to date on all the content. I am still a relatively young channel, and I would like to see the channel grow into more of a community than just some guy sitting on at his computer talking to himself. So if you guys could do that for me so we can grow more, have more people in the chat conversing with one another, I would greatly appreciate it. But with that, let's get into the video. But more importantly, it's time to duel. Who doesn't love cheap Konami mats? Anyway, let's roll some dice. I'll start off, and I don't think 5 is going to get me there, especially when my opponent rolled 8 on the dice. He elects to go second, so I'll set 2 and then I'll pass it back to him. My opponent decides to set 1 and activate the field spell Fallen Paradise. Fallen Paradise protects the 3 GX gods from being targeted, and they cannot be destroyed by card effects. Also, if you control one, you draw 2 cards. Ewok summons the Chaos Core monster. This monster, whenever he is targeted for an effect, he can dump all, or effect or an attack, he can dump all of the GX gods to the graveyard. My move, and I will start off my turn by normal summoning Ra's Disciple. Ra's Disciple, whenever he's normal or special summon, I can special summon 2 other Ra's Disciples from my hand or deck. So I'll summon the first, or the second and the third, give me a total of 4 monsters on field. I swing into Chaos Core because I didn't really care about his effect, and Ewok will proceed to dump Raviel to the graveyard. Chaos Core gets a counter for every god that he dumps to the graveyard, so he can remove those counters to protect himself from dying. I then attack with my second Ra's Disciple. Even though he doesn't take damage, I still wanted to clear his board. It is now Ewok's turn, and he doesn't have much of one, so he passes it back to me. I start my turn by normal summon Evil Swarm Mandragora, and then I flip up my face down monster Nimble Momonga, and I poke with Nimble Momonga. Ewok then special summons Tragodia. Whenever he takes battle damage, he can special summon Tragodia in defense mode, and he gains attack points based on the number of cards in his hand. It is now Ewok's turn. He will start off by playing Owner's Seal, returning all monsters on the field to their owner's hand. Gotta love slow Yu-Gi-Oh! But he doesn't have anything else, so he'll then end his turn and pass it back to me. My turn, and I draw Mare. Not exactly what I wanted to see, but it's fine. I'll normal summon Ra's Disciple, who will then allow me to special summon the other 2 Ra's Disciple out of my hand. Cool. This is how you get monsters on board. I would then poke with my first one, activating his Tragodia. He'll take damage, but he'll still get a 1800 monster on board. Ewok will misplay during his turn. He neglects to turn Tragodia into an attack mode and attack into one of my monsters. I'm not mad, so I'll start my turn, and then I will set 1 monster, being the Unmasked Dragon, and then I will switch my 3 remaining monsters into defense mode to protect my life points. Ewok's turn, and this time he's really cooking with some gas. He switches Tragodia into attack mode and swings into my second Ra's Disciple. My turn, I just set one card, I place a monster in defense mode, and I end my turn. Ewok's turn again, and he starts off by summoning a Summoning Beast. Its effect allows him to attribute it to summon one of the Sacred Beasts. Raviel, Lord of Phantism, comes crashing down to the field. He will also normal summon the Chaos Core monster, and he will activate the spell card, Phantismal Martyr. But this is another misplay, folks. Just needs 3 open spaces in order to activate. Because he only has 2 open spaces, because he already owns 3 monsters on the field, he cannot activate the spell card. So I allowed him to go back with no issues, and he continues his turn. He used Tragodia to attack into my Ra's Disciple and Raviel to attack into the other one. My move, and I must continue to play passive because I really ain't got nothing coming. Ewok's turn, he draws a terrifying monster, Raviel, Lord of Phantasms, Shimmering Scraper. By discarding this card, it doubles Raviel's attack points to 8,000, and he can attack all monsters on the field, and I was not happy to see it when it came down on me. Holds off using it though, he then attacks into my Nimble Momonga. Nimble Momonga allows me to special summon 2 other copies of itself from the deck, face down defense position, as well as giving me 1,000 life points. The up Ewok uses Tragodia to attack into my Unmasked Dragon, which allows me to special summon 1 worm type monster from my deck. So I'll be special summoning the level 7 Mare Mare. Mare Mare is a great card that allows you to get bodies on field by reducing its level by 1 for each counter, which is great. Here I'm telling Ewok about that how Unmasked Dragon is Masked Dragon with his mask off. Lol. Ewok will then use Fallen Paradise to draw 2 cards from his deck since he controls Raviel on board. Next up, Ewok will activate the spell card Opening of the Spirit Gates. When it's activated, it allows him to add one of the Sacred Gods to his hand from his deck. Also, he can discard 1 card from his hand to special summon 1 Fiend monster with attack 0 and defense 0. He will misplay a couple times because he has a ways to bring out another Sacred Beast monster, but he opts not to. My turn, and I top deck Harpy's Feather Duster, which allows me to destroy all spells and traps on my opponent's side of the field. Be gone! I will now use Mare Mare's effect to allow me to special summon 2 tokens to my side of the field by reducing his level by 2. Ewok's turn, he will now activate Shimmering Scraper's effect, doubling Raviel's attack and allowing him to attack all monsters on the field. He opts to attack into the 2 tokens first. Then my face down card, being Nimble Momonga, and my second Nimble Momonga, giving me an extra 2,000 life points. And then my Mare Mare. It attacks me directly with Tragodia, allowing me to activate Drowning Mirror Force. When I receive a direct attack, I can shuffle all my opponent's face-up attack monsters into their deck. My turn, and my hand burns with the power of the gods. I start things off by special summoning Mandragora because my opponent controls more monsters than I do. And activate the all-powerful Monster Reborn to bring back my Mare Mare. I will then normal summon Hardened Arm Dragon. When this card is used for a tribute summon, the tribute summon monster cannot be targeted by card effects. I will also use Mare Mare's effect to allow me to special summon 2 tokens to the field. A play like this is worthy of the Egyptian gods. Activate double summon, which gives me an additional normal summon. I will then tribute my Hardened Arm Dragon to both of my tokens. Summon the War God! Use Obelisk's special ability by giving up 2 monsters. I can then wipe out my opponent's board. Now enough of that. Walk's turn. He will normal summon Phantom Chaos. This card can target 1 card in the graveyard, banish it, copy its attack and card effect. He will then crash it to Obelisk because Raviel had the same attack points. I will then activate the trap card. Will resist wall. It allows me to special summon monsters equal to the number of the level of the monster that was destroyed. So I'll summon 2 unmasked dragons, an Angel 01, another Angel 01, and a Nimble Beaver. Ewok can do nothing else. He will then end his turn. My move. Tribute my Nimble Beaver and Angel 01 to normal summon Gizmo Uka, the festive fox of fecundity. In case anybody wanted to know, fecundity means the ability to produce an abundance of offspring or new growth fertility. Yay, children card games. I will then switch my unmasked dragons to attack. I attack with fecundity, he'll take damage. I use 1 masked dragon to kill Tragodia, and then the second one to attack him directly. Ewok's turn, he sees the writing on the wall, and scoop phase it is. Let's go to game 2. Well, it looks like Obelisk seems to be the better guy. Let's see if we can do it again, shall we? So I do have some decent cards, but nothing to go first on. So I'm gonna have to rely on my opponent to actually make a move. So I set a card and pass. Decided to show the camera our cards, and they weren't looking too hot. And the card that I set earlier was Monarch Stormforce. Fortunately, Ewok didn't have anything, so he set a card and passed it back to me. My draw. Draw into Hardened on Dragon, a normal summon, and I attack Ewok directly for 1500 points of damage. It is now Ewok's turn, and from what you can tell, he didn't have much coming. My move. And Obelisk returns to my hand. But for now, I'll just attack with Hardened on Dragon, and I'll end my turn at that. After I throw down a face down, that is. Ewok's turn, and I guess his god just doesn't love him as much as mine loves me. The struggle. Wait, he'll set a card and pass it off to me again. My move. Look at that brain control. Ooh, our hand is getting real good now. I'll tribute my Hardened on Dragon for Cyber Dragon just so we can get something really cooking. Then I'll attack him directly for 21. Ewok's turn again, and I'm afraid, man, if you don't get anything, it's over. It looks like he did get something though. Ooh. He drew Opening of the Spirit Gates, which allows him to add 1 of the Sacred Beasts or 1 card that specifically adds them to his hand. And of course he'll add Raviel. Oh my goodness, this is the comeback from the Ewoking Dead. Ewok will start things off with Fallen Paradise. Then he will play Dark Summoning Beast, tributing it to summon Raviel, Lord of Phantism, using Fallen Paradise's effect to draw him 2 more cards. So Ewok activates Phantismal Martyrs, which is a bit of a misplay because you have to have Haman or Uriah on board and not Raviel, and it special summons you 3 tokens by discarding the rest of your hand. As we all know, Yu-Gi-Oh players don't read cards. And of course that means especially me too, because after he summons his 3 Phantasmal Martyrs, I activate the quick play spell Soul Crossing. Soul Crossing allows me to tribute off my opponent's monsters to summon 1 Divine Beast. So I summon Obelisk Tormentor, tributing 3 of his monsters, 2 Phantasmal tokens, and his Raviel, summoning my God card. Sorry, I just had to laugh at myself. After that, Tyler enters scoop phase, and that will be the game. And with that, the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more, please consider leaving a like. Likes are the only way that I know that you guys enjoy the content that I put out, and that's how I dictate what I do. So I do tend to change a lot based on what you guys like. So with that, I will now deactivate now that you are satisfied with your care. Thank you and bye.